This video is brought to you by the Disc Golf Nerd Patreon support team. Go to patreon.com/discgolfnerd. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Disc Golf Nerd, and today we're out here filming for disc review number 300 right here on the Disc Golf Nerd channel. I am testing and reviewing the first driver that I ever had. This is a DX Valkyrie. I have two DX and one Star Valkyrie as well. First driver I ever had, first driver I've ever thrown, and we're out here at the first disc golf course I ever played. So without further ado, let's start throwing some shots. That disc in years. I make disc reviews.
Disc Golf Nerd, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff.
Oh, thank you. Good to meet you.
Are you reviewing something right now?
Yeah, I'm working on disc review number 300 for the DX Valk.
DX Valk.
My first drivers I ever had. I thought I'd come full circle. It's the first course I ever played and the first driver I ever had, so thought that'd be kind of fun. Also got my old pre-flight that I'll throw some shots with. I haven't thrown this thing in like a decade, but flies good.
Nice.
Yeah, good to meet you guys.
Have a good round.
I'm sure I'll catch up to you.
I was watching your reviews and like the disc reviews and stuff.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this one will be up in a few weeks.
Right on, dude. Oh my, I'm putting you in. Gonna buy that other thing,
Oh my god. That is not usable footage. That's what we call deletable content in the business. That's good. I know you guys didn't think I was going to stay out in the field for this whole video, did you? We're going to be in the studio for the rest of the way here with the audio, so I can talk to you guys about these. We're going to take a closer look at them, as we always do, and I also have more flight footage to show you, both from that one day out there at Dabney that we introed the video with, and also some bonus flights out at Rooster, and we have some actual camera work on those from Anthony, so you'll get a closer look at the way these are flying downrange. Okay, so we're going to start off with a closer look and some more insight about these, and this is my old pre-flight 150 class Star Valkyrie. Pre-flight means there's no flight numbers on it. You can't see the stamp anymore because it's long gone. You can kind of see a little bit of the outline of the star right there in the center. Maybe some of the Innova logo there. But wiped the stamp on this thing, and I dyed it on an old disc dye tutorial when I was using electrical tape to do pinstripes. You can see how far it's migrated into the disc. It's gone clean through to the other side. And that happened years ago already, but it's like the camera makes it look like it's just a big blur, and that's pretty much what it looks like in person as well. But yeah, 150 class pre-flight Valkyrie. Again, it's a PFN or pre-flight number because there's no flight numbers on there when the stamp was still there. It just said Star Valkyrie, Distance Driver, Innova. That's all you got. You might have noticed my first ace disc, and I have this goofy drawing on the back to commemorate that. 150 class Star VL. First ace, December 09, quite a while ago, at Rockwood, hole 5, playing the driver on a shot that I've been throwing a flippy putter or whatever on for years now. But yeah, throwing full distance driver on it back in those days. And it went out and it kind of turned around the tree with some natural turn. And then it came back just enough to hook up and just spike right in the chains. It was almost dusk when it happened. I still remember that day quite well. Shortly after that, I retired this disc. I haven't really thrown it very much since then. But I am shocked at how awesome this thing still flies. Take a look at the design of this thing while I ramble to you a little bit. Great shape to it. Very comfortable feel in the hand. It's got a little bit of a squared off outside rim there, as I think you can tell. Let me try to get a good angle here. A little bit squared off, but still plenty comfortable feel in the hand. Not dead flat on this one, but not too far off. No real pop top on it. Having it be a 150 has always added some carry and some float to this thing, but it is still every bit as stable as the fresh DXs that are heavier, if not more so. And it also has, you know, years of use on it back in the day, and it's been hanging out in the studio here for quite a while. So shockingly awesome flight still out of this thing. I was loving it. We're going to talk about the flight a little bit later. Let's take a closer look at the DXs just real fast. We had two different ones out there in the field. They're both 165, and then this one's 170. I actually think this green 165 was a little bit more stable, but I didn't quite get a full impression on that. I could be off there. Similar in terms of the shape, but these actually, I don't know if you'll be able to like really represent this, but if you look here, see that shadowing right there on the inside, on the middle of the rim here? There's a little bit of like an indentation. You can kind of see the shadow of it right there, a little bit of a crater there. That's more pronounced on the DX ones for sure. And these are modern DX, you know, these aren't exactly like the ones that I started out with, but this one right here looks damn near identical to the first disc I ever had. And as I said earlier in the video, that's why I chose to do this for disc review number 300. And yeah, Valkyrie, first disc I ever threw. And these yellow basic DX ones were always available at like big box stores like Sports Authority, and the first ones that I had, I believe my wife got for me at Big Five sporting goods store. So let's take a look at it next to some other options. We're going to start off with Baby Billy. This is a brand new understable high glide disc from Innova, but this is the Gstar It. Another great disc as well. Really enjoying the Gstar It. In fact, I might throw in a shot of me parking the same hole back to back with these two discs. You know, they're very similar in terms of what you use them for. Valkyrie's faster. The It probably is a little more floaty, glidey. But look at that big chunky rim there. Very, very different in terms of the shape and the design. But this is something that's kind of functioning in my bag currently as the Valkyrie used to for me back in the day. Straight flyer. And then also we have the Fury. One of my favorite discs of all time. Another disc I still bag. Same flight numbers, except for the glide is higher, but it's -2.2, 9 speed. We didn't quite touch on it, but yeah, 9.4, -2.2 are the flight numbers listed on the Valkyrie. So this one's just a little, supposedly has a little bit more glide. I would say that's probably accurate. Let's take a look at the design of this side by side as well. Quite similar in terms of design. I think the Fury is a little bit deeper feeling, just a little bit more or thickness, I guess, on the outside rim here. But yeah, great feeling disc in the hand. This is one of my old shampoo dyes, I think, or conditioner dye on that guy. All right, so we gave you some nostalgia, we gave you some background, showed it side by side. Nothing left to do but talk about the flight of this thing. Still an awesome hyzer flip disc, no doubt about it. I could absolutely bag these DX Valkyries and know exactly what to use them for. You'll see a couple shots of me later on throwing like a turnover through a gap at Rooster Rock. I think the second shot with the red stamp one is basically exactly what I'm trying to do on that hole. So I'm perfectly capable of executing shots and throwing lines with these with no problem whatsoever. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised at potentially how viable they still are for me with such a huge change in my arm speed. But this 150 especially, I was expecting it to seem more flippy. Now, it's kind of funny because as it's been so long now that I'm starting to get older and my arm speed is slowing down again, so I'm actually kind of closer to the ranges I was when I had worse form, but I was younger and in better shape, better condition, just, you know, due to the wear and tear of life. But yeah, it's quite interesting how they've kind of equalized out. But long story short, I'm probably putting this 150 class back in the bag sometimes just for fun. And it's a hyzer flip laser beam, and it still has some integrity to fade out as well. You got the -2.2, and I think that's accurate. You know, it has the ability to flip up, has the ability to turn. You can get them down on rollers. You can throw them on big turnovers and stuff, easy out of the box with no issue. But at the same time, especially for me, not throwing with a ton of speed and power, and also comfortable releasing them on hyzer. still an extremely viable, functional disc that I could absolutely see myself continuing to use. So yeah, the 150 class pre-flight will probably come out in the bag and get some use this spring and the rest of the winter and stuff, because I really enjoyed throwing it, and we'll see how it is going forward from there. I actually have one other one that didn't get involved in testing that I'll show you here at the end of the video. This one here that I dyed up, this is another pre-flight number. You can see the stamp here. The only thing missing on this is where it said Innova below, but again, no flight numbers there. That's a closer look, or it gives you somewhat of an idea of the old Classic Star Valkyrie look in terms of the stamp, which definitely caught my eye. I always thought these Star discs were really sharp. Very simple and clean, but they look nice, and this one is a double dyed, spin dyed, and then something else that we found fished out of the pond at Rooster Rock. Actually, I called the guy and he told me just to hold on to it. So this one might get carried and bagged as well. This one is, I believe, max weight though. So that is my review on the Valkyrie. Disc review number 300. So, big thank you to everybody who supports me and helps make this possible for me to hit 300 disc reviews. It's kind of a preposterous number that I don't ever think I would have guessed that I could reach. And it kind of just happened through dedication and just continuing to do it. I just wanted to say real quick that a lot of people ask me about, building a channel and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to say that one of the main things that separates me from a lot of other YouTubers over the years is that I'm still making the videos. That's basically it. So if it's something that you really are invested in, you're passionate about, whatever it is, whether it's making videos or pursuing art or music or writing or anything that you're passionate about in life, just keep trying it. Keep trying it. Keep working at it. Don't let the setbacks discourage you. And, if you give up on it, that's fine. And sometimes that's right. And you want to move on to something else or whatever it is. But there are those things that you are passionate about and you know that you're passionate about them. Just keep putting time into it and see what happens. I never would have expected to have sponsors and to be making money off of sponsors and any of that kind of stuff when I started making these disc reviews. In fact, the first, God knows how many, I funded completely on my own. I was buying discs and I would trade them for another disc and then review that one, trade that for a disc, or I'd sell one and get two, or trade a nice disc for two other discs that I could make reviews on. And I was doing a ton of wheeling and dealing. I did not have the money for any of this stuff. I've just kind of made it happen. And the money that I've gotten to upgrade things and whatever else has come from my dedication to continuing to put the time and effort into the channel. So just wanted to wax nostalgic with you guys and just talk a little bit about philosophy and some of the channel here while you look at a static image of a disc sitting on a tabletop, because that's the kind of thing that I've cultivated here on the channel in I think 12 years now or so of working at it. So huge shout out and thank you to everybody who supported me. At this point now, to get to 300, a ton of people have helped that effort. James and Andy and Anthony for their continued help, filming, helping me film, helping me test stuff, just being friends, being people that I can confide in and ask questions, and that will help me take things to different levels that I wasn't comfortable with on my own. I appreciate that very much. My wife, of course, made this possible, and all of my different sponsors over the years, from DD, Sun King, the Disc Golf Depot, the Disc King hooked me up with a ton of stuff, Basket Bashers, I know I'm forgetting people, all kinds of different people that I've worked with over the years to make this work. Still working with DD, which is awesome. NSH Custom Discs, still working with the Depot, which is amazing. I bought this out of the Disc Golf Depot, and it's still just a shop out of Jerry's garage before they even had a retail space and all that kind of stuff. So much love to everybody out there. I'll let you go now, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Cheers. Oh, and my Patreon supporters, of course. I love you guys as well. Disc review number 300. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.